France is at the forefront of the EU's rhetorical offensive against Washington's surveillance activities. Officials have even said that a massive trade pact being negotiated by the Atlantic allies could well be sunk by spying revelations. RT's Maria Finoshna now reports.
No lies between allies, no privileges for the ones proven false. France has been so furious of America's impudent spying that it's almost straightforwardly rejected the EU-US years-long project, the world's biggest free trade zone.
Now we have this political and diplomatic debate. Is it normal that one state, United States, with the help of the United Kingdom, takes the ability to spy on every communications all over the world? There's a lot of people who tend to think that's not normal, that's not morally and politically justified.
According to recent leaks, the US National Security Agency has carried out covert surveillance on French and EU high-ranking officials, both at home and abroad, monitoring millions of emails and calls. Blogger and internet freedom fighter Jean-Marc says spies have always existed, but the way the game is played has been transformed.
What is interesting now is to figure that the NSA doesn't spy on people only for terrorism, to fight terrorism, but also for political and also economical reasons. Because we know that they are using this spying system to help American companies.
Stefan used to work as a journalist in the Soviet Union at the time of the Cold War. He says he has an impression that nothing has changed since then, or almost nothing.
At least it was clear at that time. There were two sides, two lines. Today is not certain who's friend and who's rival. Yes, good question. If there are friends at all, true friends, not sure.
France, America's NATO partner, has been supporting its most controversial initiatives over the last decade, sharing risks and expenses, costing both money and human lives.
We are asking for confirmation or affirmation of it so as not to prejudge it, but there is already a sufficient amount of elements for us to ask for an explanation. What will be the consequences? Firstly, for it to end as soon as possible, I would say immediately.
But some doubt that France will go beyond words in its accusations, believing that Paris will continue to dance to America's tune.
We think Hollande should stop all negotiations over the free trade zone, but we're sure he's not going to do this because his key logic is to keep good relations with the USA. And this is a big problem for Europe. Even humiliated and violated by America, we still want to have special relations with this country.
France has demanded a clarification from the US, but has so far been denied an answer.
This is one of thousands of cameras that we can see around Paris, and it can see us, one the government is using for security reasons. France may not be a world leader on the list of big brothers, but even this has sparked a tense discussion here over freedom and privacy violation among ordinary citizens. The reaction has been more vocal when politicians and diplomats found themselves in the spotlight and of a way bigger surveillance system. It's too early to say whether Paris and Washington will ever be able to swallow this bone of contention and move on, or they'll always look back. Maria Finoshna, RT from Paris.